Whoopi Goldberg's path to stardom started with a close-knit family just trying to make their way in Manhattan.
I think it's different at different times. I think sometimes it's an echo chamber and sometimes it's...
The FBI has just uncovered an explosive discovery at the famous Goldberg estate, shocking even the most seasoned investigators. What led them to raid the legendary actress's property, and what dark secrets are hidden behind those locked doors? Even more disturbingly, why has the truth been kept under wraps for so long? The newly discovered evidence has shattered everything we thought we knew about Whoopi Goldberg, and the story is far from over. You won't believe what they found. Under the eerie glow of dim streetlights, the normally quiet neighborhood surrounding the magnificent Goldberg estate was about to experience a violent jolt. It was just after 5 a.m. when a convoy of unmarked SUVs rolled into the area, engines roaring, tires screeching as they came to a halt in front of the grand estate. The peaceful morning was shattered by the pounding of boots on pavement and an overwhelming sense of urgency in the air. Something was terribly wrong. The agents were dressed in all black, their faces emotionless, but their presence was anything but subtle. As the black-suited team surrounded the estate, it was clear that this was no routine visit. They sealed off every entrance, ensuring that no one could enter or leave the property. And then it happened. Bang! The sharp sound of heavy knocks echoed through the estate like thunder, sending a chill down the spine of anyone nearby. Inside the house, a light flickered from an upstairs window. Whoopi Goldberg was awake. The door creaked open, and there she stood, the iconic actress wearing a light gray robe and her hair flowing naturally. Her eyes scanned the group of agents with a calm composure, though there was a flash of confusion in them. "What's going on?" she asked, her voice steady yet sharp. One of the agents stepped forward, FBI badge in hand, and without hesitation declared, "We have a search warrant. This is a federal investigation." Those words struck Whoopi like a thunderclap. Her calm facade cracked for a moment as the gravity of the situation hit her. The agents swarmed into her home, taking control of every room, every corner, rifling through drawers, shifting books, and turning over every object in their path. As neighbors began to stir from their homes, the commotion outside quickly caught their attention. They whispered among themselves, shocked and confused. Who would have thought? Goldberg. A middle-aged woman muttered in disbelief, while another woman whispered, "She's a huge star. How could she be involved with the FBI?" The tension was palpable, and the air was thick with uncertainty. The growing crowd outside was joined by news reporters, cameras raised, capturing every moment. Flashing lights bounced off the FBI vehicles, adding to the chaotic atmosphere. On the inside, agents worked tirelessly, moving in teams as they meticulously searched every inch of Goldberg's property. No room was left unexamined, no stone left unturned. As the investigation unfolded with relentless intensity, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and stay with us till the very end. One agent approached her, locking eyes as he spoke firmly. "Would you like us to call your lawyer?" Whoopi exhaled, her response calm but resolute. "I think that's the right thing to do." As she waited for the lawyer's arrival, the investigation continued. What exactly were they searching for? And why was the FBI so certain that this was something serious? In one room, agents in white gloves carefully opened a drawer in Whoopi's personal library, where she kept important documents, contracts, scripts, personal letters. They flipped through the stack of papers with meticulous care, scrutinizing every page. Meanwhile, another team of agents was heading down to the estate's basement. a rarely seen part of the house that was filled with dust-covered boxes. Suddenly, the agents froze as one of them shouted, "I think we've found something." The room erupted in movement as the FBI team gathered around a hidden metal box that had been locked away for years. Whoopi, standing nearby, squinted at the box and muttered, "I've never seen that before." The agents exchanged tense glances before swiftly taking the box outside, sealing it carefully and sending it off to an expert for further examination. Hours passed before the FBI finally left the estate, but the silence was deafening. No official statements were made, and the public was left in the dark. The only thing that remained was a cloud of unanswered questions and a famous actress now caught in the middle of an investigation that could change everything. The crowd outside began to disperse, but the rumors and speculation continued to swirl. Headlines flashed across news outlets. FBI raids Whoopi Goldberg's mansion. What's going on? The secret inside Whoopi's estate. What did the FBI uncover? America waited for answers, but only those inside the estate knew the truth. And with every passing moment, the mystery only deepened. The investigation was only getting started, and the secrets buried deep within the walls of Whoopi Goldberg's estate were beginning to surface. The FBI's raid wasn't a random act, nor was it a one-off search. Law enforcement experts knew that the FBI doesn't act on a whim. It requires solid evidence to justify such drastic measures. The fact that they came to her doorstep meant that they were after something serious, and the public was desperate for answers. Sources inside the investigation revealed that the FBI had been watching Whoopi for months, gathering intel and building their case. But what exactly had they been tracking? Theories began to emerge, some suggesting the raid had to do with financial matters, tax issues, business dealings, or even something darker lurking beneath the surface of Whoopi's long and storied career. Whatever the truth was, it was clear that this wasn't your typical celebrity scandal. As the day wore on, speculation ran wild, with social media flooded with theories and opinions. Some people believed this was a misunderstanding, a simple error on the FBI's part. Others, however, were convinced that something far more sinister was unfolding, and Whoopi Goldberg was at the center of a storm unlike anything Hollywood had ever seen. Rumors suggested everything from secret financial dealings to a decades-old conspiracy that could bring down major Hollywood players. Meanwhile, inside her mansion, the agents were uncovering more and more evidence. Documents, files, and personal items that left the investigation team baffled. Whoopi, standing silently in her living room, was growing more perplexed by the minute. What were they hoping to find? What had been hidden for so long? The answers seemed to be just out of reach, and the mystery only deepened as each new discovery was made. One of the agents noticed something unusual while scanning through Whoopi's personal belongings, an old, worn-out VHS tape. Its label read, "Do not watch, private." The tape was clearly aged, the surface scratched and worn, but there was something about it that caught the agent's attention. Was this the key to unlocking the secrets of Whoopi's past? The tape was carefully taken to the lab for analysis, but the burning question was, what was on that tape? Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and stay with us till the very end. As the day turned to night, the FBI's search continued with relentless determination. In one of the hidden corners of the estate, agents found a small, nearly invisible groove running along the baseboard of the office wall. At first, it appeared to be nothing more than a decorative feature, but when an agent accidentally brushed it with his hand, a loud click echoed through the room. The wall shifted, revealing a hidden door that no one knew existed. The agents hesitated for a moment, exchanging tense glances before reaching for their weapons. What could be behind this secret door? They cautiously opened it, revealing a narrow hallway that led to a dark and musty basement. The air inside was thick with dust, and the floor creaked with every step they took. But what truly struck them were the metal boxes stacked neatly in the corner, sealed tight, untouched for who knew how long. With a mixture of excitement and apprehension, the lead agent opened the first box. Inside, there were old documents, papers that were yellowed with age, their contents marked with symbols and dates. It seemed as if these documents had been preserved carefully, hidden away from the public eye for decades. The agents were stunned, flipping through pages filled with names of powerful figures in the entertainment industry, some of whom had long since disappeared from the spotlight. But the real shock came when they reached the bottom of the box. There, lying on top of a stack of old papers, its handwriting elegant and flowing. The seal, however, was unfamiliar, and it sent a chill down the agent's spines. This wasn't just a typical letter, it was something much more significant, something that could unravel a massive Hollywood secret. Whoopi, standing nearby, watched in silence as the agents carefully examined the letter. "I've never seen that before," she said softly, her voice laced with confusion and curiosity. The agents exchanged nervous glances before sealing the letter away for further examination. What did it say, and why was it hidden for so many years? As the hours dragged on, the FBI continued their meticulous search, combing through every inch of the estate. But still, the answers remained elusive. Whoopi Goldberg, a woman who had spent decades in the spotlight, was now the center of a federal investigation, one that had the potential to shatter everything. Her reputation, her career, and her legacy were on the line, and the world was watching, waiting for the next shocking twist. When the FBI finally left the estate, they said nothing. No official statements, no charges, no explanation for what had been found inside that hidden room. All that remained were more questions, lingering, unanswered questions, and the public was left in suspense, desperate for clarity. The mystery was far from over, and the investigation was just beginning to peel back the layers of Whoopi's past, revealing secrets that no one could have ever anticipated. As the investigation continued, a stunning truth began to unfold, one that could shake Hollywood to its very core. The FBI's raid on Whoopi Goldberg's estate was far from just a routine search. It was the beginning of a far-reaching investigation into some of the darkest corners of the entertainment industry. No one could have predicted just how deep the rabbit hole would go, or how closely Whoopi Goldberg was connected to this mysterious network of powerful figures. As the FBI examined the documents found in the hidden room, they discovered that many of the papers were not just personal items, but contained cryptic letters exchanged between Goldberg and some of the most influential people in Hollywood's history. One name in particular kept reappearing: Howard L. Emerson, a film producer who mysteriously vanished from the public eye in the mid-1990s, right before a major financial scandal rocked the entertainment industry. Why would Goldberg have been in contact with someone like him? What secrets could they have been hiding together? Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and stay with us till the very end. The more the FBI dug, the more they realized that the connections between Goldberg and Emerson went beyond just casual correspondence. One letter, handwritten by Whoopi herself in 1993, read, "I know what happened that night. If the truth is exposed, we're all in trouble." The agents were stunned. What night was she referring to? And why had Whoopi written such an ominous message? The mystery deepened, leaving the investigators desperate for answers. Another letter, sent a few months later, seemed to suggest that Whoopi was trying to reassure someone who might be involved in this dark conspiracy. The letter read, "Don't worry, they won't find anything. Just stay quiet." Was Whoopi trying to protect someone? Or was she trying to cover up something much more dangerous? The plot thickened with every new document they uncovered, and the public began to wonder, could Goldberg be at the center of a much larger scandal? As the FBI continued to search through the hidden room, they found more documents, all pointing to a web of connections between Hollywood's biggest names, directors, producers, and powerful executives. But the most shocking discovery came when they uncovered an old VHS tape with the label "Do Not Watch, Private." The tape was worn, scratched, and faded with age, but it was clear that it held something crucial, something that could change everything. The FBI rushed it to the lab for further analysis, but they knew this was no ordinary piece of media. It was the key to unlocking a deep, dark secret. With every new piece of evidence, the FBI's investigation became more intense. The documents, the letters, and the VHS tape all pointed to one undeniable conclusion. Whoopi Goldberg was deeply entangled in a conspiracy that reached far beyond her Hollywood career. The raid on her estate had uncovered a secret that no one could have imagined, and now the world was watching, waiting for the next shocking revelation. Meanwhile, the press was in a frenzy, covering every angle of the story, dissecting every detail in search of the truth. Social media exploded with wild theories, some claiming that Goldberg was the victim of a smear campaign, while others speculated that she was hiding something far more dangerous. The public's fascination with the story only grew as new details were leaked to the press, further fueling the fire of speculation. When asked about the raid, Whoopi replied, "Look, I woke up one morning and saw the FBI in my living room. If you think that's a fun way to start the day, you're mistaken." Her tone was firm, but she didn't seem rattled. She continued, "They found some old letters, movie scripts, and clearly a few history books. I guess I should warn them that I'm a collector." Whoopi dismissed the documents in the secret room as nothing more than personal memorabilia from her decades-long career, but her explanation only raised more questions. As the interview continued, Whoopi revealed that the hidden room in her mansion wasn't a place for shocking secrets. It was simply a personal museum filled with Hollywood history. "I've always been drawn to the parts of Hollywood that people tend to forget," she explained. "The letters I exchanged with Howard L. Emerson were about film projects that never came to be. We talked about stories that were too controversial for their time. No conspiracy, no crime, just two people who loved cinema." But even as she spoke, it was clear that not everyone was buying her explanation. The public's reaction was divided. Some believed Whoopi's version of events, that the raid was a misunderstanding, and that the FBI had overstepped its bounds. Others, however, remained suspicious, convinced that the actress was hiding something far more sinister. Why would the FBI raid her mansion if everything was as innocent as she claimed? What was truly in those documents, and what did they reveal about Whoopi's past? One thing was certain: Whoopi Goldberg's reputation was on the line. Her career, once untouchable, was now under threat, and Hollywood was on edge. The investigation had already led to the cancellation of several of her projects, including a highly anticipated film, which was suddenly put on hold. A documentary she was producing about Hollywood history lost its funding, and sponsors for her TV show began to pull out. The once untouchable star was now facing a storm of controversy, and the industry was divided on how to handle it. As the media frenzy continued to escalate, many were left wondering, what was really going on behind the scenes? Was Whoopi the victim of a calculated plot to bring her down, or was she knowingly involved in something far more dangerous? The FBI had uncovered a series of explosive revelations, but the full extent of the truth remained just out of reach. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more shocking updates and exclusive content.